Good point. Good point. Get those shorts in, boys and girls, before we get started. Okay, I think we're good. I think we're good. I think we're good. Just make sure my windows are all set up. I've never flip-flopped so much. Help. Gotta zoom out vibe, bro. Where bro at? I don't know if Ash Crypto's. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. They are an anon. They are who they are. Zoom out and vibe. Let me pull up a Bitcoin chart here. We will get started. I've been thinking a lot about. Thanks for hanging out. YouTube, Twitter. Thinking a lot about legacy assets versus crypto and the correlations there. Because what you don't want to do is like load up. So here's what I was thinking about just before the stream. Render versus NVIDIA. Okay, there's render. Here's NVIDIA. I took it off. Hold on. TLDR, they're very correlated. So do you want both? I don't think NVIDIA looks particularly great here. They have correlated since November, December. So this is just one example. Render, if NVIDIA is the exemplification of the AI trade, then render is in that conversation. It makes sense that they're correlated. Why is one performing better than the other? I don't know. We can, of course, put these against each other, render divided by NVIDIA. And I think it becomes pretty obvious that render's outperforming NVIDIA. And look, I wasn't looking at this chart. I don't know anybody who was, but there was a pretty clear and clean inverted head and shoulders on this that broke out yesterday or today. So as we get closer to the singularity on legacy versus crypto, and all the legacy platforms will have crypto trading, or we will have ETFs for most things. Even crypto exchanges are adding TradFi stuff. So if you have the ability to trade everything, I think it's important to identify what is trading like what is beta from what. And if you're a fan of SMH, which is the semiconductor ETF, if you're a fan of this, but you also trade crypto, maybe you just trade render instead. Maybe you don't have both. To me, render looks a heck of a lot better than this chart. This chart looks cosmically awful. Cosmically. it looks really bad. What's up, Karen? Dangles, Joey. And I was thinking the same with Solana and MSTR. If we think about Solana as 2x BTC, MSTR as 2x BTC. If you put Solana against MSTR, we look kind of bottomy. Kind of bottomy. And MSTR looks great to me here. MSTR looks really good. This is basically Sol BTC, right? So I just think it's important for people to think about, like, okay, if I'm trading all this stuff and I have the opportunity to trade anything, how much beta do I want? How much leveraged whatever do I want? What's my benchmark here? Sol BTC looks really good. It has started to jump higher on lower time frames. It just got a Canadian ETF yesterday or today. I think that's helping. Is it like a slam dunk long? No, but it's something I think that's worth considering nibbling here. just because it stopped going down, you know? If we look at it even like this, and we say, okay, is this maybe an inverted head and shoulders eventually? Like, that's your risk, that we're still trying to form a right shoulder. But if I want to be long alts in some way, if I want leverage to BTC in some way, I think Solana is a great play at the moment. I don't think it's a slam dunk, but it looks good relative to BTC. You can't deny that. It doesn't quite have technicals on its side on high time frames, but it's getting there. It's getting there. And I think MSTR looks excellent. It continues to look way better than everything else. Way better. It's flat since February. What else is flat since February? Nothing. Now, I don't know why that MSTR is trading the way it is. I don't really care. But it looks great. Looks really good. Are we dead or deader? I think the bottom's in. I think this is it. This is the stream on a Thursday. The bottom is in. The shorts are going to get wrecked. I think this is the one. Definitely the one. Trump laying into the Fed. Yeah, good luck with that. Didn't Trump put Jerome on the Fed, if I recall correctly? I think he did. Adam and Eve on MSTR. Yeah, it's something. It's double bottom, triple bottom. I don't know. It to me just looks like a W, which great, fine. We're getting there on the daily. You can see my alert there at 321 or something. I'm already holding since I've been holding this since March 14th, so I'm happy with what we've seen. That's the wrong cloud. This is the right cloud. Looks really good on Legacy Cloud. Doesn't have a bullish TK across yet. I don't know. Like, it's getting there. In a time when there's nothing, in a time when ETH looks like this, right? Like, part of this. So somebody on the Discord, Slime, of course. Slime asked me to add a Forex channel, and that reminded me of the time in 2014, 2015, when instead of trading crypto, everybody was trading Forex, because there's always something to do in Forex. There's a billion pairs. You can get high leverage, right? But it signifies a lack of any realistic setups in crypto. And I agree that there's like not much going on altcoin land. But we're getting there. We're slowly getting there. There's stuff like this. Tau. It's trying, you know? Is it there today? Is it a slam dunk, like, amazing entry right now? No. But like, it's got some stuff to watch. Alerts at like 250, I don't know. And I'm sure Tau is trading like Render, which is trading like Nvidia, and similar AI vibes as far as the sector is concerned. Curve, of course, down on the day. Curve has been outperforming everything. I still think it looks fine. I'm still holding my Curve. I've got no issues there. I bought some Sol today. I must have... my cloud settings were crypto settings. Sorry, that's why they look different. This is the correct cloud. So I don't think it's like ultra long turbo amazing season, but you know, we're getting close. We got some falling wedge stuff going on with BTC as well. We're in the midpoint of the pitchfork. It's to the point where, like, how much more bad news can we get? That's how I feel. Like, yes, there are headlines every day, every 5 minutes about something somewhere, but have we gotten the brunt of it is the question. And the other question I keep asking myself is, okay, is gold trying to top? Is gold trying to top? If we pop on XAU, it looks pretty parabolic to me. Not that it can't keep going, I'm sure it has a bear div here, which it does. It's canceled out previous bear divs. It's got fundamental reasons why it's flying, obviously. But eventually, this stuff slows down and Bitcoin takes off. So, of course, I'm rooting for this to slow down. But I also think, how much more are we going to see on gold here? I don't know. Even GDX is starting to hit its take profit levels here. This is the gold miners. If I extend this so you can see the level, it tapped the 1.618 today. Yesterday, sorry. So I think the miners can continue to do well broadly, but I don't know. Like, yeah, I've got bull crypto goggles on, so of course I'm going to be more bearish gold, but at some point it's got to slow down. At some point. What's up, Tic Tac? Yeah, Powell's a Trump pick. Powell v. Powell. What's up with Ledger? He has moved on. He's doing real IRL stuff. I don't know. I haven't talked to Ledger in a while. He's on the periphery more than anything, crypto-wise, so I don't think he's not as plugged in as he used to be. That's for sure. Vietnam. What's up, Burns? Vietnam. Viet frickin' Nam. How's the tariffs going over there? The funny part about the tariff stuff in the media, I haven't really seen media from other countries talking about the tariffs as much as our own media. I'm sure it's not welcomed in other countries, right? Yeah, we can look at the Dixie. HNT. Yeah, so there were some setups last week, so Curve being one of them. Still looks fine. For whatever reason, it's moving opposite of the market. Whatever, okay, fine. Tron was another one. Is it like screaming mega long here? No, but it's done better than almost everything else. Fartcoin obviously has done phenomenal. Looks a little bit like a Head and Shoulders up here now. It's up 3x at least since March. At some point, the trade's going to go somewhere else. So it does feel like you kind of missed this one. You've got stuff like Pepe setting up. I don't hate it. In times like this, I tend to get a little complacent. So I think it's important to mentally model out. This is what I like. This is what I don't like. This is what I want to trade. If you like memes, start making a trading plan. If you like Popcat, Pepe, Popcat started to break out. It looks good. I think some of these look way better than others. Whiff looks terrible. Bonk looks awful. Shib, nothing. Floki, nothing. So I like Pepe. I like Popcat. Fartcoin, I think the best days are behind it. It obviously can keep going, but it's already up a lot in a short amount of time. Doge, I don't see anything here just yet either. I think Pepe is the best case for an eventual breakout. I don't know why, but it looks good. And then of the majors, Sol, I assume, is going to be the fastest horse in altcoin land. ETH, I wouldn't touch this with any size pole. You continue to see ICO participants selling. Not a good sign. Not a good sign. Not something you see at the top. You see it less at the top, but helping push price down, that's for sure. Yeah, stream to watch. We can have a lot more bad news, like a hot war with China, besides the economic war. A hot war with Mexico. I don't know. Like it could get worse, but I don't know if you can, like, how do you probabilistically assign that a value here? I'm not sure. I'm addicted to the game. That's right. The whole North Vietnam is essentially China. Interesting. Volume is set to 30. Today it's 80. I've got my volume where I always have it, so I hope it's okay. I checked it before stream. It looked good. Anyway, so where do you go here? I like MSTR. I like Sol. Not financial advice. BTC obviously curling up slowly. It was at this level a couple days ago. Powell started opening his mouth. Super hawk, turbo hawk. Everything sold off. It still looks good. If we compare this to everything around the world in legacy, like this is what I've been doing for the past week. IBIT divided by SPY. How does this look? Looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. That's a bullish cloud breakout, almost a bullish cloud twist. So on a relative basis, against the S&P, it looks really good. Against NASDAQ, it looks phenomenal. Against the Mag 7 MAGS ETF, that's almost the new all-time high. Against TQQQ, it's holding the all-time high levels. This is how we win. We win by winning the relative value game. Now, where we're losing is obviously gold. If we do IBIT divided by GLD, this has retraced everything post-election. Still doesn't look bullish. But that's really as bearish as it gets. So yeah, BTC is not screaming as far as bull trend, but on a relative basis, we're surviving. We're definitely surviving. You have to use the headphones. You got mic positioning. You got to use the headphones. You got to get the noise canceling Bose. I mean, that's almost in my mouth, so I hope that's better. You know who gave me this mic, by the way? You know who to blame for all this nonsense is Ledger. You can blame him. You can send him the sternly written letters. I think Besant will help Trump not fire Powell, but I think the moment that they can change leadership, they will, like on the day. They're not going to wait any longer than that. Anyway, so I've been doing good. BTC doing better than you'd expect considering how sentiment is the way it is. On the daily cloud here, you know, we're not in bullish territory yet, but we're getting there on low time frames. This is the 8-hour. This could be the first 8-hour close out of the cloud. Above the cloud. The first 8-hour close above the cloud since January. It's not like, again, not amazing, but it's something. It's been bearish for a long time. You have everything bullish here today, right now, this moment, this candle. Cloud, TK, price. What's up, Golsh? So this looks really good. By the way, Sol ETH, though, this is another one I was looking at. This thing, like, tell me this isn't crazy bullish for Sol ETH. I think that's a new closing all-time high on the weekly for Sol ETH, probably. I'd have to double check. What has the, I guess Binance would, divided by ETH. Yeah, that's a new all-time high for Sol ETH. So ETH is losing to BTC. It's losing to Sol. Does it do anything better than anything else? I don't know. Above the clouds is Moon. That's right. So yeah, you can buy ETH here, saying it's at a huge discount, but it doesn't look good. I mean, this chart looks so awful. It's almost like you were drawing lines and then you fell asleep and your hand just fell. That, like, it looks so bad. It looks so bad. Hawkeye says Sol ETH is overextended. I don't know. I mean, this looks overextended, bearish, right? But is it a buy? I don't think so. Even if it's the low, this has done nothing but go down. You want to see something anywhere. You know it's bad when it's making these huge wicks, like it did in July 24 and February 25, and then it keeps going. It made another one here, November 24. My God, just awful. You're right. I don't get it. It's gonna bottom any day now. Any day now. It looks really bad. It looks really bad. So yeah, ETH, like if you're gonna pick anything, it's gonna be Sol, it's gonna be MSTR. If we look at leveraged BTC on like the 4-hour, it is getting there. It's getting there. I think it's simpler to just trade MSTR until the NAV gets crazy high. I think it's at like what 1.7 or something right now for MSTR. But until the NAV gets insanely out of whack, then I think you trade that over this, just because it's got BITU has higher fees and higher vol drag, and I don't know. Some people like this over MSTR, whatever. But even this is starting to turn a corner. Slowly but surely, we're making progress here. Slowly but surely on the BTC side. BNB BTC. Anything? I mean, maybe trying to bottom with the IHS. Not a super strong case. So ETH BTC we talked about. Sol BTC we talked about. It looks good, undeniably. It's trying to bottom. Ripple BTC, I wouldn't touch Ripple either. It's the same with Fartcoin. It's the same with Nvidia before it started to slow down. Like it's just up so much so fast. Not that it can't keep going, but this does look toppy. XRP BTC. ADA BTC has been massive chop since the breakout. I got nothing here. AVAX BTC, not quite, but maybe set an alert at like whatever this level is. I don't even know. The low what's the term? The low hurdle or whatever here is just making a higher high. I don't love this chart. I'd rather just trade Sol, but if it can make a higher high, sure. Dot BTC, that's I think an all-time low. Looks ugly. Link BTC, I think it's at the bottom of a range, but you're not trading this in a vacuum. You've got options. You could trade anything else. Why? Trade Sol. Just looks better. SWE, same deal. Not quite there yet. Sol just looks better to me here. H-bar, maybe trying to bottom. Uni, god awful. Near awful. LTC, that's gotta be a close to an all-time low for LTC. Aptos, garbage. ICP, yuck. FET may be trying to do something against BTC. Maybe. Render clearly the better option here relative to FET. It's held flat against BTC since February. A little bit of a IHS in there. Tau trying a little bit. So some of this stuff looks okay. Most of it still looks awful. ARB, garbage. Filecoin, garbage. STX, not doing well. Aave. I don't think so. Needs more time. TIA, I think that's an all-time low. Yeah. Atom, flat, still it doesn't look great. INJ, GOSP, close your ears, GOSP, doesn't look good. GRT, what you're seeing in the chart is just inflation of the asset relative to BTC, if anything. More people are buying BTC or selling less BTC than altcoins, clearly. ENA, that's a new all-time low. SEI, that's probably an all-time low, yeah. DYDX, that's probably an all-time low, yeah. So not really much going on here against BTC. Pepe BTC, again, like it just, if you scroll through 50 charts, this one will stop you in your tracks a little bit. You'll say, okay, maybe not turbo bullish, but it's trying. It's got vibes of bottom. That's why you just got to zoom out and vibe. You know, it's trying. It's trying. Even on the BTC pair, it's trying. Bonk, awful, whiff, no. So, am I using the wrong DK on Twitter? Okay, it's the wrong cloud setting. It's close enough. It's close. You're right. You're 100% right. That's why I try to make this one duller, like it's less bright than the legacy one, so I can catch it. But anyway, you're right. All the analysis is still applicable. All these just look generally awful. Render looks okay. Pepe looks okay. Tau looks okay, needs more time. Sol BTC, trying. I think that's as far as you go. Because everything else looks awful. 2 decimal maxi. I mean, the price, I don't really care, right? Does it really matter what the price is? Price is only irrelevant when you put in an order. Even then, you just market buy. You just market buy, Habibi. And then it doesn't matter. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really matter, right? Anyway, so that's alts. Render, Pepe, Sol. Popcat. Yeah, what is that? Popcat BTC. Nobody trades that. We just made that one up. Oh, is this why? No. Popcat USD. What does this look like? Okay. All right. Had to make sure that was log scale, but how does it look on linear? Not much different. It's, it's trying, right? This is what you want to see. This is what you want to see out of BTC. Months of flat. Just stop making lower lows. So it's done that after being down only for months. It looks okay. Looks okay. Maybe the fart coin maxis are rotating into Popcat. I don't know. But it looks okay. Tron BTC, I think, also looks decent. Yeah, it's not going to blow your hair back, but it looks okay. Let me catch up with chat. Skolsh. ADA ETH favors ADA. Yeah, Popcat does look good. USD pair, BTC pair. What's funny is Popcat, if we pull up Popcat and MSTX, so leveraged MSTR. They trade fairly similarly. Not exactly the same, but close. Close. If we go, let's go like 4 hour. So like, do you need both in your portfolio? Probably not. but it's important to know, what is this trading like? It's trading like 4x BTC, basically. It looks better than MSTX a little bit, but it's also down a lot more than MSTX over time. Anyway, I think we're near max pain for ETH. We just needed to go sideways. It's just not tradable. It's not a tradable bottom here. It's nothing. Other assets look better fundamentally. Other assets look better technically. Popcat, yeah, Popcat. Lots of Popcat, very popular in the chat. Popular with the retail crowd. Yeah, I agree with Brian. A lot of these alts are going to be dead for a while or forever. Absolutely. These aren't like buy and hold. It's the same way you should treat leveraged ETFs. They're not buy and hold instruments. They are trading instruments. The same thing with alts. Don't think you're a genius because you're trading Popcat and it's up 50% at some point or whatever. Don't get married to it. Take your trade, take your win, and move on. But yeah, if this thing starts moving, it's going to do pretty well, for sure. Hype. Yeah, it looks okay. Looks okay. I'd be more confident with like a right shoulder, but the cloud on lower time frames likes it. I think you just have to be willing to eat some pain down to like 1350. Doesn't look bad. Memes are too slow on the daily cloud. Yeah, no, you're not wrong. Most of this stuff moves super, super quick. But the important part is if Popcat looks good on the daily, then it's like, damn, that's the gold standard for signals for sure. But I agree with you. The 12-hour is probably good enough, and if we look at it on the 12-hour, it's the most bullish it's been in months. So it looks good. Yeah, I talked about H-bar, trying to bottom a little bit. 8-hour, 12-hour is a good signal. Yeah, I agree. It's the same with Pepe. Pepe on the 12-hour. If it can hold those levels a little bit, just a little bit, I think we're good. All right, so that's all I have for crypto. Let's move on to legacy here. Legacy. Someone was asking about Rocket Lab at the beginning. Let's take a look. Not great, tell you that. Daily log. Let me sit up in my chair a little bit here. Finally, Bitcoin not going down on a Thursday. Get wrecked, shorts. Get wrecked. All you shorters. Not quite where you'd want it to be for a long entry. I think if you're holding since the highs or whatever, you're probably fine. But it's not like, it's not like ready to run again just yet, I don't think. Is it space? UFO? What's the ETF? Yeah, UFO, that's it. Same deal, not quite there yet. All right, SPY. Nothing's going on here on the daily. You want this thing above the cloud on the daily, the 4-hour, the 1-hour, like it just needs probably a couple months. Bitcoin can do well in the face of this, but this needs a lot of time. Q's same deal. Tech stocks, same deal for the most part. Still struggling down here. Mag 7 stuff, same deal. Looks the same. Nothing to do. SMH, semis, same deal. Nothing to do. It's like, just wait. DCA what you like, wait it out. There's no long signal here whatsoever on any of this stuff. CELH. Okay. Yeah. You've got kind of a IHS thing, like a multi-infinity shoulder. Could just be like a expanding, broadening wedge or something. $50.60, maybe. Looks pretty good though. Especially, again, relative to everything else, it looks really good. Is it an entry today? I don't know, but it looks really good. Looks really good. Euro indices doing better than SPY. That's probably true. I think the issue, something I just don't know, is the Forex volatility. Like, is it hedged? Is it unhedged? Does it matter? Is this in USD? It definitely looks better. I'm not going to deny that. 100%. It's bounced a lot, that's for sure. Historically, it's been super choppy. But you could argue if we're in this new paradigm, anti-US paradigm, maybe it starts to do better. I don't know. Like, if I had to force a trade on SPY or EZU, it would be EZU. Absolutely. Dangles, don't bring out the leaf blowers, man. Now you're going to jinx us next time. There's no leaf blower today. It's too cold. GME, huh? Haven't looked at this one in a minute. GME. You're not wrong in that it's similar to MSTR. It's got the W. This chart is hideous. I would just rather trade MSTR personally, but I'd say it's a similar analysis for sure on technicals. What else we got? Miners. Miners look like ETH. Just awful. Very bad. And we can go on every single one looks about the same. Wingspark, Iran, Wolf, Riot, Bitfarms, Mara. They're all correlating to 1, which is bearish. Very bearish. None of these looks ready just yet at all on any time frame to me. So that's a massive avoid. Coin is just total 2. So if you're bullish, if you're ready and all bulled up on alts, then you'll love coin. If you want to trade alts using Legacy, using TradFi, coin is total 2. So if you like alts here, coin is an instrument to express that idea. Doesn't look amazing. Looks okay. Maybe trying to bottom down here. Haven't talked about NVIDIA yet individually, but at this point, all this stuff on Legacy, for the most part, needs like weeks to months to recover. There's just so much damage that's been done. Even if we try to make this like we'll get out the curve, we'll make this fancy. If this is some sort of megaphone wedge expanding, broadening channel, I don't know, whatever this ends up being, we're not quite there yet, in my opinion. Does not look good. It's below the cloud. I'm sure it's got a death cross on it as well. We can check that. What is this? Yeah, the death cross was March 19th. A death cross doesn't mean that it's bearish, but you can't have a bear market without a death cross. So if I had to wait on any singular metric, it would either be the daily cloud or 5200 moving average. Just wait. This thing has a history of being extremely bullish when it's bullish, so there's really no reason to like guess because you don't really need to. If you're just taking 80% of this trend over the past 5 years, that's all you need, you know? So it's like here, why force anything? Just trade Solana. trade MSTR. Just looks better. That's my opinion. So I do not like NVIDIA here. Do not like SMH here. SMCI, I think same deal. Looks awful. Just ugly. Dell, I think, is similar. Dell is interesting because they might be about to announce a Bitcoin reserve treasury, whatever strategy. I just don't know why they'd be buying Bitcoin instead of their own stock. If I was a shareholder, that's probably what I'd be asking. Again, what is there here? Is there here? Nothing. There's nothing. By the time stocks repair the charts, the tariff pause will expire. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. But if we look at 2022, if we go all the way back here, I don't think we need to be this bearish. But you can see just how long this took. Like it tried to repair back here. This was clearly an inverted head and shoulders that failed. And, you know, you just got waves of this over and over again. So I'm not this bearish right now, but it should be pretty obvious once things are bullish again, which this, by the way, had descending broadening wedge stuff all over it. It had head and shoulders at the bottom. What's nice about Legacy is it takes so long for this stuff to play out that you don't have to rush. Where the hell is the... Oh my God. Why can I not find the the marker tool? There it is. Sorry. Okay. You know, it had this stuff down here. It had the cloud on its side. It took basically the whole year. As crypto was falling apart, it was the same thing in Legacy. But it took the whole year. So I don't think there's a reason to like rush back into this stuff on the Legacy side. Eurozone will have insane levels of quantitative easing. Looks like we're headed that way for sure. Yeah, reverse repo. What is the... You can pull this up on TradingView. There it is. Reverse repo is almost zero. Almost zero. So it's definitely something to watch for. If we get liquidity problems and the Fed's got to step in, that should be very bullish for hard money assets, BTC, that sort of thing. Not quite there yet. I think I have there it is. Just turn this off. The US liquidity metric is turning up. This is post-tax day, post-DGA, refill. We are at a multi-month high for liquidity in the US. That's largely because QT has slowed down to a crawl. So all this is very good for BTC. If it was going the other way, if we pulled up global liquidity and it was down instead of up, then it'd be a much different story, right? If global liquidity was dropping like a rock, it would be much easier to be bearish here. So I'll agree that there's some negative events that we need to avoid economically but that's a huge spike in global liquidity. New left scale, there we go. And lots of people have talked about this. I'm not the first one, but global liquidity tends to be directionally correct relative to BTC. So I'll take it. I will take it. What's up, Ogle? We will definitely take a look at that list. What's the saying? You gotta fish where the fish are, right? The fish are not in U.S. equities right now. That's not where the fish are. The pond is empty. The pond is stocked elsewhere, almost anywhere else. All right, MSEM. Russia, total, oh man, Titan Cloud. Are we allowed to talk about this on stream? Invalid symbol, look at that. Total, I hope this is what you're asking me about. Russian, is it Russian small caps? Is that what it is? Or like medium caps? I don't know what this is. Just looks like chop to me. Doesn't look like anything. Yeah, I'm bullish on BTC this cycle. I don't think we're gonna see 333K by July, but I do think we have a shot at 125K this year. I think we have a shot at new all-time highs this year. If we just say, okay, this is the range, we take the high, we take the low, that measures 130, 150. That's a decent move from here. If we pop on pivots, tells a similar story, 122 to 150. That's fine for the next level. You just don't want to be the person missing the next trade. That's all. You know, it's fine to be bearish or bullish or whatever, but have a system, know what you're going to do, because there's going to be a day when we're either breaking below 75 and the cycle's over, or we're breaking above 90 and we're back. You know, you just need to be prepared for that, because if we look at since 2023, there's really only been a couple really good trades that you want to make sure you're on the right side of. So we are approaching the potential for one such trade here this quarter. We'll definitely know by Q3 if the cycle's over. I think we can say that with confidence. Mini SPY. I don't see it on, oh, here it is, okay. 2025s? So you're not a Russian agent. The issue with doing anything on the SPY on any time frame is just it's been super volatile, mainly down, but it's already down. It already went down 20%. Can it go down another 20? Sure. But is that really the trade, like the highest conviction trade here? I don't think so. I don't think so. 1 second. My allergies have been out of control. All right, IONQ. I have an EV list we can look at. IONQ looks okay. Kind of like that space chart, Rocket Lab, UFO. Like, it's not bullish enough for me to want an entry here, but it looks better than other stuff, sure. If we look at the EV list, Tesla, again, it's like people love trading whatever, and they love taking trades on a sector or something, and they feel like they always have to be trading it. If you love Tesla, like there's a time to be long and there's a time to do nothing. This is not a time to do anything, in my opinion. You're risking Head and Shoulders here at the bottom, so that does not look good for Tesla. Rivian, a mess. Certainly not an entry. You're just waiting on that diag to break. Nothing to do there. XPEV has done okay. Is there an entry? I don't think so. I don't think so. Mobileye, yuck. Yuck. EH. This one broke out and then retraced. I don't know, maybe if the tariff stuff backs off, this will do well again. Probably worth an alert at like 18, 19. I don't like it here as an entry. QS continues to go lower. Ugly. Neo, also ugly. None of these look good. Lucid, Polestar, EVAV, new all-time low. Plug, I think that's an all-time low, almost an all-time low. Yeah, nothing to do there. Let's look at Stellantis as well. Yikes. Yikes. Tried to break out, and then tariffs happened. Ugly. Ugly. All right, let's get to this European and Chinese list. Wow. Volkswagen, okay. He didn't say if he likes them to the long or short side. This does not look like a long to me. Not good. Don't like that one. BYD. This is not the right BYD, I don't think. Maybe it is. I don't know. I always screw this up. I never remember. BYD. Is it this one? I don't know. I need a better ticker for that one. Sorry. XIA. Xiaomi? Looks a little parabolic, a little late on that one. It's like Palantir. Palantir actually came back up. Again, it's like it's up 3,000% in a year. Maybe trade something else. Not that it can't keep going, but it was Head and Shoulders versus inverted Head and Shoulders. Cloud's starting to like it again. I guess that's an entry coming up potentially, but the chart, the multiple, everything's just insane about that one. Costco similar. Tried to break down. It's back in bull territory. Now again, the PE or whatever is insanity, but Cloud looks good. Novo Nordisk. Is this the right chart? There is a lot of these. This one? Yikes. That is a yikes. This stuff, you really need to let bottom first, in my opinion. I saw UNH was down 20% today. That's also a yikes. What a crazy gap. This one's been ranging for years. No thank you. It's kind of like Apple. Realistically, it hasn't done much. I know market cap wise it's a big deal, but it hasn't really done much. The cat went to a new all-time high, fine. Daily looks abysmal, weekly looks abysmal. Don't quite see it. And then Hermes. Is this... Normally Ogle gives me a list of just straight bangers. This list was not bangers. Not bangers. See, I don't think I like any of those charts. BYD, I probably need a better ticker. I don't know what I'm looking for. Oxy, this is oil and gas, petroleum. Also yuck. Much yuck. Way below the cloud. Has been below the cloud since 2024. If only Warren would know about the cloud. Can somebody tell him? Can somebody tell him? Joey does not like Stellantis. He is not a patriot. He is not a patriot. PayPal. Also no. Yikes. IGV, which is the software ETF, same deal. All this stuff. It all looks the same in that it needs weeks to months to repair whatever happened. Thank you, Stream to Watch. BYDDF. There we go. Gun to my head. First thought, Head and Shoulders. Right? Am I crazy? That's what it looks like. You said weekly? It just looks like a Head and Shoulders to me. What's funny is it had one back here. Never went anywhere. But it took a while to get out of that range. I don't know. I just think there's better stuff to trade. Personally. That's a no from me, dog. If Skrelly used the cloud, he wouldn't have shorted it right before the mega pump. Was he shorting IONQ? Is that what was going on? Oh, is he shorting it like back there? Like here? Yeah, like these are the setups that you get, what, once every couple of years? You certainly need to take these more seriously than whatever's going on now in markets. Just chop nonsense. Here we go. Stellantis slander. I will not stand for the Stellantis slander on my stream, Joey. All right, a few more, then we'll get out of here. McDonald's, sure. In case you want to... Yeah, as far as the BTC predictions, like, what is the realistic high probability target? It's 125 plus. I would have to see BTC getting some momentum to start to think about higher than that this year. But we can look at power law, we can look at 2-year moving average multiplier. All that stuff is like, here's this. If we go back here, so this is the 2-year moving average multiplier. That puts us at 300, right? So like, are there models that can get us there? Absolutely, but we need momentum to come back first. URG. Is this uranium? That is quite the move down. Kind of looks like Pepe. I don't know. It just needs lots of time. This is a Jack favorite. U. Crazy range, crazy bounce. Huge downward channel. I don't know. Just a mess. A big mess. URA is, I'm sure, similar. Yeah. Never quite broke out. I still like it. It's just fundamentally, I think that's where we're headed as a world. Utilities, XLU, slowly crawling back to the cloud here. Looks better. You know, I'd rather trade this than any of the charts that Ogle asked me about. Thanks, Long Boy. BYD Head and Shoulders influenced by the change in exchange rates. Interesting. CAS. All right, CASY. Casey's General Store. Thought of a great name today for a general store. General Tso's General Store. I think it'd be hilarious. Personally. Just looks a little late. That's all. It's making new highs. I don't love it just because it's already up a infinity percentage. But I guess if you're trend following, I mean, it's not bearish. I'll give you that. Yeah, James, I think Farcoin is probably a little overdone. Cloud's great. Love the cloud. ETH has zero potential. It has negative potential. It's fundamentally in trouble. It has too many competitors. Do not like ETH at all here. Okay, last one. PAYC. Paycom. Paycom. Quite the mess. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. It's gone sideways for over a year. I don't hate it. Looks okay. Looks okay. All right, I think that's all we got for today. Thanks for all the tickers. Thanks for hanging out. One last one. McDonald's. I'm loving it. Chop. I don't know. I got nothing. Just huge chop. At least with Netflix, it's like up chop. Whereas McDonald's is just straight chop. This one has also got like Head and Shoulders negation at this point, right? Like it's trying to keep going. Looks okay. Disney. This one's for Joey. Last one. Disney. I know he loves Disney. He sends me emails. He doesn't even message me on Telegram or anything. He sends me emails. He's like, Josh, Disney. I love it. I love Disney. Chart looks awful. Chart looks awful. I guess if we're in a recession, then no one's going to Disneyland, Disney World. Chart looks awful. It was setting up real nice and then fell off the table. It's kind of the same with Square. Same deal. Setting up. Took 3 years to set up. Started a breakout. Immediately lost everything. All right. That's all I got for this one. Give me a like, dislike, comment, share, subscribe. Peter got denied for jury duty. I never got to like the voir dire phase. They didn't even get to the picking phase. It was a lot of sitting. I fell asleep a few times. I got $9. They paid me $9 for the day. Thank you, Sep, on Twitter. All right, that's all I have for this one. Like, just